fully digital banking experience that is fast, secure, and integrated, allowing customers to access banking services 24/7. This move reflects Iraq's growing shift towards digital finance. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Newsroom. I'm Chella Smith. This is your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on YouTube. I air on Fridays, bringing you the latest on reforms and economics of Iraq based on reports put out by the Middle East news media outlets. I do this weekly review and it's based off my interests. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Let's jump right into this week's headlines. I was on vacation the last 2 weeks. It's great to be back. U.S. troops withdrawal. Earlier this week, the U.S. is speeding up its troop withdrawal from Iraq, pulling soldiers from Ain al-Assad and Baghdad airport bases and relocating them to Erbil and other locations. This marks a shift from a military presence to civilian security partnership with Iraq. Iraqi leaders say it shows Iraq's growing security strength, while the U.S. confirms it will maintain some troops for security cooperation. This reduces U.S. military footprints that could boost investors' confidence in Iraq's stability, potentially opening the doors for greater economic cooperation and foreign investment, especially in energy and infrastructure sectors. Iraq's credit stability was reported that Iraq has kept its credit rating stable for over 10 years, despite oil price swings and security issues. The country owes less than $9 billion in foreign debt and has strong mechanisms to manage repayment. Public debt remains under 40% of its GDP, far below global risk levels. Stable credit ratings lower borrowing costs and attract international lenders and investors. Earlier this week, when this was reported, this could support Iraq's currency stability and make infrastructure and energy financing more affordable. New U.S. diplomat. The U.S. Embassy in Baghdad announced the departure of Changed Affairs Stephen Fagan and the arrival of Josh Harris, a diplomat experienced in Iraq's policy and the fight against ISIS. He will continue strengthening the U.S.-Iraq ties and encourage American investment. The seasoned diplomat could accelerate U.S. businesses' entry into Iraq, benefiting sectors like energy, construction, technology, and increasing foreign direct investment. Withdrawal speed concerns. Security expert Abdul Karim Khalif says that the U.S. troop withdrawal is happening faster than expected, leaving about 500 soldiers in Erbil and near Baghdad. He warns the shift might signal U.S. concerns over local armed groups and regional threats, urging Iraq to formalize law for popular mobilization forces. Rapid U.S. withdrawal might raise short-term security concerns, potentially impacting investors' confidence. However, clearer defense laws and integration of forces could stabilize the environment and reassure markets long-term. Iraq-U.S. economic talks. Iraqi Parliament Speaker Mohammed al-Mashhanadi met U.S. officials to discuss troops reduction and called for more U.S. companies to invest in Iraq. Both sides agree economic prosperity and security go hand in hand and emphasizes regional stability and job creation. More U.S. corporate involvement could bring technology, jobs, and infrastructure funding to Iraq, stimulating GDP growth and diversifying the economy beyond oil dependence. Cabinet energy projects. Iraq's Council of Ministers approved major power projects, including gas, thermal, and solar plants, aiming to boost electricity productions above 28,000 megawatts. Partnerships with Siemens and GE will modernize Iraq's energy sector, while legal teams address revenue sharing issues with Kurdistan's. Expanding power infrastructure will cut blackouts, support industrial growth, and attract manufacturing investment. It also signals potential future bonds or partnerships to finance Iraq's energy transition. Chevron's oil deal. Chevron signs a major agreement with Iraq to explore and develop oil fields, boosting production capacity towards 5.5 million barrels per day by 2028. This deal brings advanced technology, job creation and foreign investments and strengthens Iraq's role in global energy markets. However, high oil exports and Chevron's involvement could increase Iraq's oil revenues, stabilize the dinar, and attract broader energy sector investments, strengthening Iraq's fiscal position over the next decade. Baghdad exit update. Today, reports surfaced claiming the U.S. troops will fully withdraw from Baghdad starting tomorrow, including the Green Zone and Baghdad Airport. However, the U.S. Embassy denied this, confirming the withdrawal remains tied to September 2025. Deadlines under the Baghdad-Washington agreement with Erbil hosting remaining forced until September 2026. Maintaining this agreement timeline prevents sudden security gaps, reducing risk perceptions for foreign investors, and keeping Iraq's economic reform plan on track. Today, we had more news: improve transparency, efficiency, attract fintech investments, and support broader financial inclusion for individuals and businesses. This is huge for Iraq. Iraq is moving into a smart banking launch. The International Development Bank, the IBD, has opened Iraq's first smart banking branch and its Baghdad headquarters on Abu Nuwaz Street. This new facility offers a fully digital banking experience that is fast, secure, and integrated, allowing customers to access banking services 24/7. This move reflects Iraq's growing shift towards digital finance and modern banking technology, improving convenience for customers and advancing the country's financial sector. This launch could accelerate Iraq's transition towards a cashless economy, attract foreign investments in fintech infrastructure, and boost confidence in the national banking sector. It also sets the stage for further digital financial integration, including possible connections with global digital payment systems and CBDC initiatives. Iraq-Kuwait oil talks. Iraq and Kuwait are advancing negotiations to jointly develop shares oil fields along their borders, including South Rumaila, Raqqa, and Safwan Abdali. Talks focus on technical cooperation, investment plans, and resolving production disputes, with consultancies studied guiding the process. Joint oil field developments could boost regional energy outputs, increase Iraq's oil revenues, and attract global investors by reducing geopolitical risk and resourcing sharing areas. We had so much news about the withdrawal of troops. However, there's been a withdrawal denial again. The U.S. Embassy dismisses the rumors about a full Baghdad troop evacuation starting tomorrow, reaffirming its commitment to the September 2025 withdrawal deadline and transitions to bilateral security partnerships while maintaining pressure on ISIS threats. Now, clarity on the troop movement prevents market instability and reassures investors about Iraq's security and economic continuity during the transition phase. And lastly, Iraq's financial boost. Iraq has launched its Access to Finance Guide, supported by the EU, Germany, and GIZ, to help micro, small, and medium enterprises, the MSMEs, secure loans, grants, and advisory services. This guide explains financial options, procedures, and timelines, aligning with Iraq's national lending and financial inclusion strategy to support entrepreneurship and financial literacy. At the same time, the Central Bank of Iraq, the CBI, reported a 55% increase in its gold reserves in Q2 of 2025, raising it to 22.8 trillion dinars, 17.4 billion, strengthening Iraq's foreign reserves position. And you've been watching Newsroom Weekly Review. I'm Chella Smith with your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on reforms and economics of Iraq, bringing you all the latest Dinar news without having to keep up with all the different outlets. We're here on YouTube every Friday, and when we're not here, we are on Patreon daily. So don't forget to subscribe and turn those notification bells on. If you like our content, give us a thumbs up. If you really like our content, you can always seed a super chat or a super thanks in the comment section below. That helps keep our studio up and running. Again, thank you for being a subscriber, and thank you for visiting Newsroom Chella Smith for your trusted Dinar news. I like to say I posted a link for a free membership over on Patreon. That is for the juicy X gossip. That is news that we find from all the Iraqis who post on their timelines. We put up their screenshots to show you guys what's actually going on in their country. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Take care. Make sure you join us Fridays, 4 p.m. with Newsroom Updates with Chella Smith, Entertainment News.